it going, everybody? Ragiroth here. So today we're watching the Kombat Cast talking specifically about Fujin. Of course, I had to do a reaction video to that. Did one to Spawn, got to do one for Fujin. I missed a little bit of it. They're just kind of talking about their favorite moments from, I think, previous Combo Breaker tournaments. They did show like a new intro there for the Kombat Cast, which showed like Scorpion in his MK9 outfit, Sub in his Deception. They showed like Spawn, Joker, I think RoboCop as well on Fujin. So yeah, it started. We're just kind of waiting to get to the, I guess, the good stuff. Okay, now they're showing the trailer again. It would have just been nice. It would have been nice if they kind of just were able to get all three characters into one. I guess Kombat Cast like they've done in the past, but I guess with how things the way they are, and probably wasn't the easiest thing set up. So it is what it is. I think Shiva's actually getting one tomorrow, if I remember correctly at least. Which I might do a reaction video to that. I'm not sure. I might. But she is, as I've said, the one I'm least interested in, though. However, after this trailer, I was a little more impressed with her. I really like some of the stuff she can do with like the fireballs, and I think some of her outfits also look a bit better too than her default. I don't like the hair on the one with like the Leia bun. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm very upset to hear or see that when they showed the RoboCop here that it doesn't seem like he has any helmets from the 2014 movie, and I feel like if he had it as a full outfit, they would have shown it by now, because they've shown some alternate outfits. I feel like that's one of the more distinctive ones, so you'd show that. So I'm personally really bummed about that. I know a lot of people don't really like that movie, but I thought the movie was alright, and I personally think the design is fantastic. So I am really sad to see it's not in this game. I don't know what the reason is. I'm guessing just because they didn't want to promote it because it'd be promoting the reboot, and they're trying to distance themselves from it. I really don't like that kind of thinking. I think if you should just embrace the character's whole history, and it's not like RoboCop really has that many different designs. So it's like, what's the big deal, really? Like, the MK3 Cyborg outfits were really cool. I mean, of course, that's kind of crapping on the cyborgs a bit, but it looks awesome. I'll probably use that. But I'm hoping at the very least he just has a freaking black color with like you can make the visor red. Like, come on, at least let us do that. I think that outfit I like on Shiva. That one's I think better. And there was another one too. Fujin just looks sick all around. I'm wondering like what kind of a type of character they're going to kind of classify him as, like zoner, rushdown, grappler. I don't think he's a grappler. But Shiva's probably a grappler. And I've seen some of the RoboCop helmets, and some of them look so stupid. I'm like, they really said it was okay to put some of these in, but not like the 2014 movie. Like, come on, like, it's ridiculous. But some of them do look cool, though. Right in the crotch.
There it is. There it is. What an incredible trailer. And thank you
Stephanie's
all for your
camera
passion.
couldn't
The day
work.
after that
That's
trailer
why it's
dropped,
just a still
the day the
picture of
trailer
it.
dropped, social media exploded. It was just so much fun to read everyone's hot takes and how excited they were about it. So thank you so much for that. So obviously, we have Fujin, RoboCop, and Shiva coming your way. But not only that, we have a new addition to the Mortal Kombat 11 story with Aftermath. We're going to have 5 new chapters being added to Aftermath. They're simply incredible.
Oh, shit.
Before we move on, let's talk to Derek.
I think it means every DLC character gets a chapter then.
Yeah, so
it's awesome.
4 new stages, right? Which
That's
I am
sick.
a huge fan of the retro arcade. It is just like a love letter to the classic MK. You also have the stage fatalities that you get for free, and the friendships, which I think have been bringing a lot of smiles to people's faces. I love them. Raiden's is my favorite.
Jax's is my favorite.
Don't.
That's right. We haven't actually seen the retro arcade in action.
Man, yeah, that's right though. Jax is my favorite too. So we got a lot of free stuff coming with that as well, with the patch that's coming. In addition to we have Aftermath as well. So that's super exciting. Also,
that's
if you do
6 days away,
6 days,
144 hours, people.
Oh, and don't forget stage fatalities.
Yes, there's also stage fatalities that are incredible as well, which you saw.
It would just be nice to know what all the stages have.
And if you pre-order all of this, whatever version of this of Aftermath you want, you'll get the Eternal Clash skin pack, which we'll show, which is amazing. We have Deception Sub-Zero, we have Frost, Scorpion, like just incredible.
I had a pre-order, Deception Sub-Zero and
Aftermath that you do
Frost.
I'm so excited Deception Sub is back. I've wanted that for 15 years.
Yeah, so did a lot of people.
It just looks fantastic. And, and also, like, I got to give huge shout-outs to the team. Well, the whole team works on the story, obviously. But the story, I mean, I usually get to read it and play it beforehand. I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but from what I've heard, it is just absolutely fantastic. And there's much content coming with it. I can't wait to try it out. And it's weird for me to say that 6 days out that I have not played the edition of the story yet because of, reasons.
Well, I did, and I loved it. I think it's probably my favorite story content we've done.
Wow. That's awesome.
Actually, as characters, I want to play as in story,
people are
so
pretty excited, though, about what we want to talk about today, and that is Fujin is coming back to Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Sweet
the
Fujin
God.
art there.
It's been a long time. He has only been playable in 2 games.
Yeah.
The last was in 2006.
Yeah.
So a long wait.
Cool if we could get a reason for why that is.
So real quick, just talk to me about what sort of players will be enjoying playing Fujin.
I think he will appeal to the very flashy, creative players that like situational stuff and swag combos and
none of that.
like stuff like stances, parries, like kind of the weirder, more nuanced moves, but that also want to look cool.
We didn't talk about this.
Fancy looking character. Everything he does just flows really well, and he really looks like he's taken out of like a Chinese action adventure movie. Like everything he does is over the top and awesome. I can't wait for people to start seeing it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the one
very
we talked about in our
Crouching Tiger, very smooth. It's a really cool reinvention of the character because he's been gone so long since we have new animations and effects. Like, characters are just much more advanced, so it's very different than Armageddon MK4, but it feels like we captured the spirit of him.
And you also said that every variation, there's a variation for every kind of type of player, which we will show here in a second too. I think we should probably actually hop into, let's just kind of show some background Fujin, how he kind of walks around the map, how he moves.
So he uses wind a lot in a lot of his combos and normal attacks. He also has a sword. He had a sword in Armageddon. It was this big, heavy, like, Devastator sword, and now it's kind of a smaller, like, rapier katana.
Yeah, which does make more sense.
You can see
I
there
did
he
like
uses
the
the
Devastator,
wind to,
though.
like, elevate himself.
Damn. That's nice. Got like a flip.
He has...
Ooh.
Oh, this is so cool. He literally pulls your own
We haven't
breath
seen
out
that.
and uses it against you.
That's awesome.
He also has his crossbow back.
Nice.
This is fun. It's a reference to one of his MK4 fatalities.
You can't have Fujin without his crossbow. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. I don't know why a god uses a crossbow, but I like it.
We're all in. So that's sort of just how basic Fujin kind of moves around, but let's take a look and discuss more in-depth Fujin's normal moves.
Yeah, these are his base normal strings. So 114 is like your typical like jab string, and it has a crushing blow if it's a counter hit or a punish. You can see he will actually kick him all the way around the world, and he'll come back.
Oh!
Which is a
freaking Reigns
mighty
move!
kick.
What?
It's the wind. The
then
mighty
he has-
wind.
Okay. I mean, I guess if there's any
That's one,
character
and
I want to
think
have
this is
Rain
his
move,
future
fine.
string.
Fujin.
Really good range. Really fast. He can hit confirm it into a special
Whatever, I'm
move.
not even mad.
Um,
I'm a little
he
mad.
can leave them
but
standing and do pressure. This is his 4-3-4. It has a crushing blow if the
Nice.
second hit hits twice in a row, and the second hit is an overhead. Then he has this really cool slide, which is it's almost like a special move. It's a normal
That's like
attack.
Triborg
Travels
slide. And
pretty far, like halfway across the screen. And that has a crushing blow if only the last second hit hits. So if you do it in the ground or go under something and the palm hits, they'll break their ribs.
nice.
And
And
the
this is
distance
another
on his
normal-
attacks with a win.
They're very, very
Oh,
long.
these that functions a lot
like
differently
this,
than his
those
MK
are not
shield
special
would.
moves.
Or just
Right,
like
it almost feels like a
around,
special move, but
spun
they're
around.
actually just normal attacks. And he has a version that pushes you away and a version that pushes you out.
Awesome.
So depending upon how you want to play with Fujin, either being close or keeping distance is how you're going to manipulate the win.
Yeah, I
And
think
you'll
he's
see through
really,
the variations that there's gonna be a lot of that involved too, like how you want to play, where you want to keep them, away, close, out of the air. There's a lot of stuff he'll do with that stuff.
Exactly, and that complements his special moves, which are very mobility based, and both keeping them in or him getting it if he wants.
Right. Let's talk about base specials real quick.
Oh, cool. So he does have it.
So it's his crossbow, and similar to MK4,
Ooh.
you can amplify it to go up, down, or straight. And you
Nice.
can do multiple. And you can mix and match how you want. You can do up and the
I
straight.
think it's funny because it looks
down
like a
and
sci-fi
up,
gun
or
when he uses
whatever.
it.
You can see it does take stamina, so he can't just like he's not like a hard zoning character, but he can mix it up and keep them guessing. Then he has these wind kicks, and they're your typical combo ender. This is how you're going to
Yeah,
cash
he
out
basically
your
had those.
your combo.
He had something like that before, I think.
And the amplified one carries them really, really far. And there you can see that is actually an armor breaking move, which is something we're going to talk about later.
Ooh,
Interesting.
spoilers.
Nice setup, Stephanie. We have one more move to show that is in Fujin's base. It's this tornado maneuver I'd like to show.
So this is similar, but a new spin on Kung Lao's spin. He
A
can
new
actually,
spin, okay.
thank
No,
you.
I think this
He
was
can
one move he had.
forward or back, depending on the direction.
MK4 Deception.
And
Yeah,
it's
I'm
great for
again.
anti-air, because unlike Kung Lao's spin, it covers like the whole
Wish he was
top
in
of the
Deception.
screen. Normally he does not get a combo if he just does it on the ground. They have to jump into it, or it has to hit very late when it's active. Like you can see there, he doesn't really get a conversion. But here's an example of where he can, because it's hitting very late and it's active. I do the slide, let it hit from very far, then I do it, and he actually gets a full corner combo. So this is one of the things I mean about how situational he is, where you're going to have to preemptively anti-aware with the tornado or get your spacing right, and then you can get these really flashy combos.
Yeah, so you mentioned that if they pretty much fall down on the tornado, you'll be able to get a combo out of it.
Exactly.
Like it's up high in the animation of it, yeah.
Yes.
And then of course corner comms as you discussed.
And let's not forget to mention the height that Fujin can get these opponents. Like he's putting them at the very top of these arenas.
Oh,
Well,
he
you
has,
haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, he has a move later
What?
that sends you like the highest of any move I've ever seen.
Let's
right.
move on to variation 1.
Okay, so
Oh, I
this
see,
one,
so-
in my opinion, is pretty combo based. Also, I love this outfit. Look at that cape and that hair. He is motivated. So the first thing he gets is an amplified.
I see what you
tornado.
did there.
This actually
See what
makes
you did there.
He can amplify it more than once. It'll pop up, and he can get mid-swing
Oh.
combos and stuff. And this is cool. This makes his hop attack hover. You hit down up, and it'll hover in the air.
Like, I love the hair. I just wish we could have that outfit, but the
And
longer
this makes
hair.
his combo, or his hop attack, have a crushing blow. So if he goes over like their sweep
That's
or a
pretty
low poke, he can do the hop attack and then get a pop-up from it. And then lastly, he can do 2 of his special moves in the air. He can do the tornado and the wind kicks in the air. So he could do like a jump attack into it. He could mix up the tornado in the air, like jump at you, fake you out, and then do a back tornado to get away, or to go in and then amplify it once. So this variation I think is the most simple. I think this is the one that's like big combo damage to the tornado, better combos ending in the air tornado, and then you get the crushing blow that pops up with the hop attack. So I think this is like your baseline. You don't want to mess with stances or anything like that. You want to do big damage. I think this is the one I use.
Quick question. The hop attack, can you do just a regular hop attack?
Yes. If you just tap up, you'll get a regular hop attack. Or you can do down up to do the hover, and then from them, you could do the hop attack whenever you want. You could even just cancel it and drop down.
Okay.
And he can do both the kick and the punch one if he wants.
A new twist on hop attacks with Fujin. Let's take a look at Variation 2.
So Variation 2 is his air mobility one. But first, his wind kicks are replaced with the sword spin move. And this is an awesome pressure tool. The amplified version is safe with big pushback. And the regular version on hit keeps them standing, and he can go into his pressure. Like, he can do back 1-1 into the sword. They'll be standing right next to him, and he can loop it, go for throws, go for jump overs, whatever he wants. And the opponent, he's like double digits advantage, I think. So he's going to have like a lot of time to do pressure. Then this is air walk up, which I think is the coolest move.
Of course, I think
he starts literally walking on air, and he has a whole host of options from it. He has his dive kick, similar to MK4. He has an anti-air sword.
Nice.
He can either just drop down next to you, he can drop down far away, and even the dive kick has a couple of options. Like, he has a regular one, which is punishable, or he can amplify it and continue it, and that'll hit you out of it if you try to punish it. So this move you can use to get in, you can use it to get out. It pretty much allows him to be all over the screen wherever he wants, whenever he wants.
Yeah, awesome. Skywalker is probably my favorite move that he has. I mean, the different tools that he can link out of it is just amazing. He just has a whole tool set.
Fujin Skywalker.
And what's cool is you're gonna be so focused on dealing with his back 1-1, his forward 2, like all those win normals that we showed, that you're gonna want to jump or just sit there and block, and then that sets up him to just go crazy and be flying all over the place like a nut, which then sets up his throw game.
I also love I love Derek's room.
It can be very
overwhelming.
No, I think there is more.
There's more?
He had an air parry, which I think is pretty new, at least for MK.
Yeah, I've never seen an air parry
before. Anything that's had an air parry before.
Huh. Yeah, it's probably been done in some game I can't remember, but either way, it's very fresh. And then he gets all the options from Skywalker. He also has a grounded one where he will parry ground moves, so if you try to anti-air him. So, this complements Skywalker because it's really hard to anti-air Skywalker. So you're going to want to preemptively jump. Like, you're going to want to do your jump 1 to, like, beat him out of the air before he even starts to do it. But if he thinks you're going to do that, he preemptively jumps. He can air parry and beat your anti-air. So it's like this meta game of he's doing Skywalker, he's all over the place, you can't really follow what's going on. So you're like, alright, screw this, I'm just going to jump kick him out of the air, I'm going to do Baraka's drop kick or whatever. But then he reads that you read that, and he's going to air parry that, and then get his dive kick for bigly damage.
So space control with Fujin is very important, and we're going to get even more of that. But then later, what we're going to see later, that he can also has a variation. You can control the ground space as well. So
yeah. So
very however you want to play, you can choose how you want to what you want to control.
Yeah, I think if you're one of the, I think if you're one of those nutty players who like speed, like go, I don't care about defense. My block button doesn't even work. Let's just go. Variation 2, I think you're.
I'm listening. I'm listening. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at Variation 3.
So this one is
I've seen the alpha.
His back 2 and his forward 2 get an amplified version, where he stabs you and gets extra damage. And it actually gains a crushing blow, and the requirement is to punish a backdash. There you go.
Nice.
Stabs him right in the heart. Then he also gets...
Oh yeah, we have three separate videos for Variation 3. Let's take a look at
and he gets this wind push. So this move is very neat. He has a close, a medium, and a far version. And they are super fast, really good recovery. It's kind of similar to Kenshi's push. The caveat is the amplified version, while it pushes you super far, it actually does no chip damage. So it's going to be really hard to get in, but he's not going to kill you with it. He's going to kill you by making you make mistakes. But
And that,
you know,
that will totally complement his away to and towards to as well.
Exactly. Like, you're going to want to try to dash in, and that's when he's going to catch you with the back, too. And the crushing blow is for doing all three versions. Like, if he does close, medium, and then amplified far, he'll get it. Or he can do, like, medium, far, close, or whatever order. It just has to be three. He has to use all three in a row.
And it's hard to see that win coming.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, it is practically instant. It's very, very effective.
This is my favorite one right here.
And then he has this air control move where it does nothing on the ground, but if you're in the air and he catches you, he slams you down. Cool. You can amplify it to get the world's biggest bump.
Oh, that's how you do that move.
Throws you up, and then in 2021 you fall down, and he gets a combo. So, a fun thing you can do is actually do the 4-3-1 crushing blow, because the slide won't hit because he was still up in the air. That's my favorite use of it.
Yeah, it's a really fun way to get your crushing blows going for sure.
And so that move also
really can control everything with it.
Exactly, because you want to jump because the push, because if you just sit there and block, you're going to get amplified away and you'll never get out. Time's going to be running out, you're going to be stressed out, you're going to have a ton of anxiety, you're just, alright, I'm going to jump, and then that's when he gets you.
So it's kind of like for that patient player that wants to just kind of sit back and like just put like projectiles or zone or whatnot. It's that player's perfect character.
Yes, it's the opposite of variation. So variation 2 is all about the rush down, the restand and the pressure of the skywalker. This one is the opposite. This is all about space control. You don't even want to fight. Just push them away.
Mm-hmm. So like we discussed earlier, like there are different. Every player will find some version of Fujin that will probably fit their play style, which is really cool.
That's good.
They all play very differently.
They're all pretty different, and I think it's fun because like he looks very hard to play, but he's actually not. Like when I was first looking at him, I was daunted. I was like, oh my god, like this looks way too complicated. And then actually playing him, I was like, oh, never mind. This looks really flashy, but it's actually really fun to do.
Cool. Let's show everybody we've seen parts of it in the trailers, but let's show the full Fujin Fatal Blow.
The N2 to this is really good.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the full thing.
Great for like using it as an anti-air and stuff. They try to jump out of his restand.
We got the sword. Oh, okay, crossbow. Nice. Ooh. Okay. Pretty cool.
Fantastic. So that's pretty much. I mean, that's Fujin in a nutshell. All the variations and how you're able to play Fujin. It wouldn't be a combat cast if we didn't show you a fatality, though. So let's take a look at the Fujin fatality.
Ooh. Now, is this the one we've seen in the trailer? What? Oh my god. Kind of wish I didn't see that.
Is so gross.
That's nuts.
So yeah, he turns you into a kite with your own intestines.
Yeah, that's really nasty. He now has intestines.
I think I like that one a little more than the other one.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But he could just blow it off.
We talked.
That's true.
We've seen a couple things over the last during this game. Spawn has a move that does this. We saw that Fujin now does. You teased something earlier, Stephanie. You want to go through?
Okay, so here's that gameplay change.
Yes. So Aftermath is going to have some balance changes. There's going to be the usual like changes to frame data and damage, and we'll be going over that soon, and it'll be patch notes. But one of the big new things we added is every character in the game now has an armor breaking move. Some of them are normal attacks. Some of them are special moves. It's going to be different for every character, but every character will have one. And these are moves that, if you didn't play Spawn, they are moves that just beat out armor. So that would be if you do a breakaway, a fatal blow, an interactable, or just any move that has armor, you'll just beat it out. And then a lot of these moves actually have a different reaction. So like, let's say it's Katana Square Wave. That has a crushing blow. If she breaks armor with it, it'll actually skip the need for the crushing blow requirement. She'll just get the crushing blow requirement off that. And not all of them have that, but that's some. Some also pop up, like Spawn's does, or some lead to a restand scenario, and some just armor break. That's all they do. They don't get a special property, but they still armor break. So it's going to be pretty awesome per character. I think it'll be really spice up the meta. It's going to make you second guess using armor for sure.
And I think we have what we're going to show. We have 3 examples, Derek.
We do?
So we're going to start with Scorpion.
Oh, yeah.
You can see Scorpion's is back 3. And it has the property where if he beats armor, it actually pops up, and he gets a full combo. So this makes breakaway extremely dangerous, because you've used your meter to break away, so you have no option. You're just eating that combo.
Yeah, I know a
so
lot
it's
of people
like
don't
he gets a
want to
combo,
breakaway.
you try to bail out, and then you use another
kind of good for them,
combo for trying to get out of the combo. It's harsh.
Combo out of combo out of combo. So yeah, like you said, that has a pop-up. So that's a whole different version of that move. Let's take a look at Sub-Zero.
So Sub-Zero starts off, his forward 4 now has a crushing blow. And normally requirement is to hit 2 in a row. But if he uses his armor breaker, he goes straight into the crushing blow. Now, to be clear, you can't use the same crushing blow twice. So if he uses it to break armor and gets the KB that way, he won't be able to use it the other way, the normal way of doing 2 in a row. So it'll still always armor break though. So if he's already cashed out the crushing blow with doing 2 in a row, it'll still armor break, but it'll just get regular damage. That move is also just a bit faster.
To be able to catch some
exactly
armor problems, yeah. And we have a lot of fans out there. We got Shao Kahn. This is going to be really fun for them.
So this one is his downward amplified shoulder. And it now actually pops up if it
guess that's retro code.
So it's pretty common to try to break away from his shoulder charge, because that's like his main pop-up. And now if you do, like the Scorpion scenario, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to get big, juicy Emperor damage. And like I set up, there are a few other changes that we'll be going over. Some of them, you'll see the notes and all that. Just one little preview is Shao Kahn's forward 3-4 is now special cancelable. So he can do his shoulder and do a combo if he hits that string now.
Got some happy
Did you see
Shao
that
Kahn
retro arcade?
The retrocade looked real cool. Yep. Looked good. Coming with the patch. Derek, you have now. We get a lot of tweets about augments and you know how they work and what's going on with them, and I think you have some pretty big news about that.
We do. So we are doing a augment rework. All right. So once you download the Aftermath patch, you're going to be put into a queue, and we're basically converting your old augments into this new augment system. And so not only that, but the third socket is now going to become available. You can only socket one specific kind of augment in there, which is a new augment called the Gensei Essence Augment. And this augment is pretty powerful. It actually changes how gameplay works for your character. So for an example, I'm a Jade player. If you have a Gensei augment socketed and you throw a glaive, it'll actually throw an additional glaive. And most augments also now have levels. So if you use the level 1 augment for the Jade glaive, it would throw 2 glaives. If you use a level 4 augment, it'll actually throw up to 4 glaives in a row. Wow. So it's increasing the amount of damage and projectiles being thrown at your opponent. It's pretty insane. And each character has about 12. Fun. Oh yeah, they're insane. Each character has about 12 of them. Now these are bigger, more powerful augments. So to find these augments, you have to do things like group battles, team raids, play towers on a brutal difficulty, and you'll start getting those higher level, more powerful augments. Also, we now have introduced generic augments. So you don't need to put a specific augment in a specific gear piece. You can put generic augments into any gear piece. Also, you no longer have to re-roll your sockets. You can actually just spend currency and purchase the socket type that you actually want to use, versus being like, I'm going to re-roll. And there are tons of the new generic augments. Some of them will do things like give you armor on attacks, and some will just be more of like currency boosters. There's a ton of different combinations, and we're really excited because we feel like these augments are going to make the player feel more powerful, and the combinations you can make.
Honestly hardly use augments, but I guess that's cool.
Especially with the special move changes. Yeah.
Real quick, these are only in offline.
Correct. You can only use these in towers. You can't go online and throw 30 glaives at your opponent. That's just not going to happen.
Now, when the patch goes live, what happens to the augments? How is this happening?
So basically, like I said, you get placed into a queue, and once your conversion of your old augments are converted into the new augment system, because we didn't want to just take away your augments. So basically, what you have now will be converted into different levels of the generic augments. Once the conversion is completed, you can then socket in these new augments and start checking out all the cool stuff that you can do with them. And once the conversion is complete, these augments will also start dropping where they normally do, at the end of towers and things like that.
Awesome. Well, that's a huge change to augments.
Oh, there's some really insane things. I don't know, Stephanie, if you got any cool examples of stuff that you were messing around with.
Oh, like Katana has one where she does fan NATO, but it's bigger and moves super fast. So it's like she does it at full screen and just zips across the screen. There's ones where she can throw 2 fans at once, which is super fun, like back to back. Sindel has one where her scream gets even bigger, or she has one where her air banshee, like the air raid move, where she throws like a bunch of them and she goes really, really fast. They're really, really fun to use. They can get ridiculous.
We're going to see some fun videos on these, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Derek, I mean,
hey, buddy,
you know how much I love it.
Up?
You know how much I love it.
Look,
do you have birthday shout-outs?
Of course I have birthday shout-outs. It wouldn't be a cast without a birthday shout-out.
It certainly wouldn't be.
It certainly wouldn't be. All right, so we've got a birthday shout-out for Nico the Noble, Kippa the Wolf, the Chad Henry, Gerard, a.k.a. J-Rod, Melina Fan Forever, me too, Jur the Tornado Guy, my bestest buddy in the world, Kevin Roble, Jonathan Thompson, Cole Pawella, Todd Keller, Tony Loquercio, Brendan George, Jennifer Hedrick, Alexander Barentine, June Yuen, Pete Actapiece, and the Lord Paulo Garcia.
There we go. Well, happy birthday to you all. So how many days we got left?
We've got 6 days, 144 hours.
6 days. The next stream will be on Monday.
Okay.
Memorial Day Monday. It's the day we can fit in. The day before we launch Aftermath, we'll be showing RoboCop, and we'll be showing Shiva, and I'm very excited for that day. So not that far away. Just get through the weekend, and on Monday we're going to see you. Again, you can pre-order Aftermath for all those rad Eternal Clash skins. You know, this was a ton of fun, and I'm so glad we were able to figure out a way, thanks to Eric, who's behind the scenes doing this right now. Anderson couldn't do it because he's at home doing other things, but thank you so much, everyone who's helped put this together. It wouldn't feel like we were doing it right if we couldn't come and show you guys this stuff on a Combat Cast. So thanks for giving us that opportunity, and thank you for being here. Anything else to say before we go?
Yes, I'm very excited. I'm sure it's already happening. People are guessing what the armor break moves are going to be.
Well, I'm sure you're going to see some tweets about that.
Yeah.
Derek, anything else before
what is it going to be?
No, just be sure you get out there and pre-order. We're 6 days away. You got to get your hands on these characters. Get the free skins. It's worth it. Can't wait to see you guys online.
So, everybody, we will see you right here again this coming Monday at 3 o'clock Central. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Cool. Okay. That was pretty cool, pretty informative. Got to see more Fujin, which is always good. I can't really. Got really nothing bad to say. He looks great. They did a fantastic job with him. It's cool. It's cool to see he does use the crossbow a bit more. Like I said, I do wish we could get a skin like the short-haired one, but we have the long hair. But if we don't want it is what it is. I mean, I like all of his skins anyway. I mean, the last one was but still good. Yeah, I mean, that's a cool gameplay change. I'm hoping maybe that'll kind of, because I feel like that is kind of a big complaint with the game, breakaways. Maybe that'll kind of, you know, refresh some people in the game, maybe like a more, I don't know, because it is only like one move that I guess breaks the armor, so I guess we'll see. Breakaways never really, well, I guess they are kind of annoying to me, but they never inherently bothered me that much. But yeah, you know, once again, NetherRealm, thank you so much for bringing back Fujin, and he looks amazing. And that's also really cool to hear that there's going to be 5 story chapters. I was hearing like more, maybe just 3 or 4. So it does sound like each DLC character, because there's been 5 MK DLC characters: Shang, Nightwolf, Sindel, Fujin, Shiva. The rest have been guests, so you know they're not going to be in the story. But so that's great to hear. They'll probably, at least most likely, all be playable in the story. Maybe they'll have, you know, I wouldn't be super shocked if like Lou or Raiden or someone maybe takes a chapter or something, you know, plays one of the DLC characters. I hope that's not the case, but we'll see. You know, I got to be prepared for anything. But yeah, I might do a reaction video to the Shiva RoboCop one. I want to. I only question it just because, well, it is Memorial Day. I don't know if I'm doing anything. I mean, I can't really do much, but just because, you know, it is so close to coming out at that point. I don't know if it'll be worth it. But then again, it's like it might teach me some stuff about Shiva and RoboCop that I wouldn't know just by playing the game normally. Real quick, I want to show something that I finally got. You see it? You see it? Got the Spawn figure, finally. Yeah, finally got that from GameStop. But yeah, thank you so much for checking out this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about Fujin or any of this stuff that we learned. As I always say, another time, another place. Keep being awesome.